Because she was Suge's side piece.
Before you go,
when he came.
one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling.
Real police officer,
I don't know how
real
big this is,
police
but it doesn't
uniform
sound good.
came and got on
Be
tape.
careful out there, Sid. You do
Man,
the
you
same.
said to homie, we gonna tear this motherfucker up. He said, well, I gotta throw him out. I said, for what? He said he was puppies.
Suge and Jake being escorted out the club by the off-duty officer we always had there.
Cole is right. That was no tavern
Jake comes
brawl.
out, Suge comes out, Puff come out.
But
Everybody's outside.
Bearers are the property of the Empire.
With one hand
The
behind
garrison
his
wouldn't
back,
have the authority to act alone.
and he was holding a pistol.
The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
He touched Jake with the pistol. Then he looked at Suge like this and was shooting Suge's friend like this. He shot him 5 times. Suge grabbed that hold the pup in the chokehold and put him in front of him like this. So he was moving Puff around like this. In case shooting, you would shoot Puff, you're not going to shoot me. Puff was like, it's going to be all right, man. It's going to be all right. Let's go.
Impact Shakur out of the hospital after surgery from bullet wounds is convicted on sex charges.
After Pop gets shot in our studio. Yeah, the rape case.
A New York jury convicted the rapper of first-degree sexual abuse but acquitted him of more serious charges.
It's a kid of incarceration in Clinton correctional facility.
Up ahead.
Have you taken time to reflect on your gangster first and
Arthur, are you hurt?
Pac and Big were
Don't
friends
worry
at one
about me.
time.
It's them at the Abbey
Then
who
once
need
Pac
you.
is in jail,
You have to do something.
Bad Boy
Tell us what
and
happened.
all of his
What
associations
happened?
were
The
nemesis.
damn Black Shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields.
The bastards caught wind. The Abbot and I were helping bearers. They were going to hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds. Poor souls turned
Once
on
the
the
conflict
Imperials.
happens,
Distracted them long enough for
someone
me to get
strong
away.
that was going to stand with him.
They may still be alive.
It had just so
Arthur,
happened that
do you think you can make it back to the inn?
Issues
Cole is there with the other
Puffy.
curse breakers.
So, Suge went to jail to visit him.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
It was like some mob shit. Into Tupac, a young cat. I'm gonna join the family, dog. Get me
Black
out.
Shields. Is this some sort of twisted
Night
joke?
first signed
There's
Tupac
only
to a
ever been
recording
one
contract
order of shields in
when
this
Tupac
area,
was in
and
this New
they
York
fought to
State
defend
prison,
all her
unable to
citizens.
come up with the $1 million
Seems a step
needed
too
for
far.
bail. While
Even
his
for the
lawyers
Empire.
appealed a 1995 conviction.
Tupac.
Out on bail, rapper Tupac Shakur is the Russian market double album All Eyes on Me. They did #1 on the big Billboard chart.
This is Tupac. There's no way y'all can stop him,
Over here! This
with business, this guy came with us. I was more in my frame of keep your mouth shut, big. You feel what I'm saying? Just don't feed into it. If you feed into it, it's
Are we
gonna
too
be
late?
escalate. You know what I'm saying?
There might still be someone inside.
Never wanted to be an enemy to Pop.
Bet,
As things was coming from the West Coast, Biggie did not want to get any shots back.
When Pop was producing All Eyes on Me, he called us and said, I just fucked Babe Evans. Big spot. He's like, what?
Damn it. I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait,
Sean kept putting pressure on Biggie.
these two aren't turned.
You gotta answer back.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offence.
Like you set them up. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. The East Coast, West
And for
Coast
their
things was a mix.
crimes shall they be punished.
Because no matter what, we all
Such
went to
is
the
the
East.
law.
They came here, went to the West, whatever. They wasn't
To dwell
arguing
in
with each other.
darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these
It was a bad boy in Death Row.
Clive.
This won't take long.
That might be the fucking people in danger because it made you like and he was start doing stuff you know, it's just people that want to ride for each other. And then look what happened.
My affiliation was with the Mansfield Hustlers. Today, we go by Mansfield Gangster Crips.
Police say that drugs and violence are being spread by two long-standing rivals in the Los Angeles youth gang scene. Groups who call themselves Crips and wear blue colors, and Bloods who wear red.
This one.
Over here! We're gonna protect our friends. So they need us. We never hired clips or any other gang factions for us to be extremely encouraging to hire a lot of the New York guys come out to LA. This is a person that I know that was Puffy's man. That was his guy.
Eric Von Zip is a drug lord from Harlem, but Sean told me he was his uncle. He might have known Janice on the Fringe. He might have known Sean's father from those days.
Zip had a relationship with the Southside Crips, and then he also had a relationship with us.
Sean said Zip can give us protection going back and forth to L.A. because he was in with the Crips. And we had a beef with Suge Knight and the Bloods.
Knight dresses in all red, the colors of the drug-dealing Bloods street gang.
One of the death row people got jumped by someone at a mall. And that someone was from Southside Crips. One of the Crips tried to take a death row chain. I think that was an order from Bad Boy. That was an order from Puff. Because it was specific. We want a death row chain.
Introducing the one and only Iron Mike Tyson.
Everybody got what they wanted that night. People got to see Tyson. Knock the motherfucker out.
Tyson with a red hook and shoulder is down. It's over in the corner.
That's part of the reason that we got us all fucked up in a lot of shit from fight night. You seen a Tyson fight?
The Abbot.
You want to fight?
At the fight, the guy who was ripped off for the death row chain is with Suge and Pop.
Calling upon what
Just
little magic they
whispers to
had
Pop.
left in their bodies.
Clive. He's
It was
breathing.
Orlando Anderson from Southside Crips, who was connected with Pop.
We're friends of Martha.
That's I know. I see
We're
Pop
here
like
to help.
Send your name down.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
That was the foundational moment when all this was getting out of control.
The black sheets will return.
Rapper Tupac Shakur was shot in the chest late
He shot multiple times in the chest in a drive-by. Death Row record label owner Marion Suge Knight was also in the car, but his injuries were minor.
Frank called me up. It was late. He was out there at the fight because he was supposed to have performed at some club that Suge owned.
This was her fault.
And I guess Tupac was supposed to come through. He was like, how come Tupac just got shot? Craig was like scared. Who was he scared of? Probably Puff.
In here. We found a survivor.
He ended up not going to death row after that.
Clive.
Hi, I'm Tabitha Soren with MTV News. Controversial rapper and actor Tupac Shakur has died in a Las Vegas hospital.
I was in jail. I was in jail when he got shot. There was a lot of niggas in jail that was celebrating Pac's death. I'm glad that I didn't kill anybody or anybody killed me.
No,
but I damn sure came close.
Police in Las Vegas say they have no motive for this latest shooting, but the rapper's troubled past will certainly be part of the investigation.
Do you know who was responsible for the killing of Tupac Shakur? No, I don't.
I think that Sean now, in my mature mind, had a lot to do with the death of Tupac.
In 2006, I was recruited to work a task force that was going to look at a cold case investigation. At the time, Tupac's murder was an unsolved case. Gang crimes oftentimes are difficult to solve because you don't get cooperating witnesses. They want to stick to a code that typically entails not cooperating with law enforcement and then taking matters into their own hands.
Hey, my job is to snitch on nobody, because I would never snitch on nobody.
We had built a narcotics case against QPD. QPD was kind of the shot caller for the Southside Crips. He was the most prominent drug dealer. He was very influential in his gang. His nephew, Orlando Anderson, was a very well-known violent gang member. Tupac Shakur had assaulted Orlando Anderson just after the Mike Tyson fight. So QPD was potentially drug trafficking. We wanted to question him about his potential role in the murder of Tupac Shakur. Let him know that we could potentially mitigate some of the damages. Of course it is. We wanted to cover the fight overall. And the U.S. Attorney agreed that they allow PPD to do a proper session. He was jailed and he was going to go find a good home to Las Vegas. And we do have to,
not good.
To you, it's determined that some of these details are incorrect and everything's off the table. A proper session is when a person facing criminal charges can answer questions wherein self-incrimination.
But they're like your friend.
Criminal prosecution doesn't mean you have any kind of immunity. A year prior to the murder of Tupac Shakur, he was like self-prosecution. Came by way set up the introduction between Combs and PPD, developed their relationship.
I watched a video of Puff was driving the car. Usher Birds on wherever he was in a Laker uniform. He had the little kid dancing on my car when he got back. It was fucked up. But he paid to get it repainted. He got this long and gave it a big he gave it bigger than I thought too.
While we were all inside the hotel room,
Yeah, that was stupid as hell too. Shit, you still anything from the dude, you know? That shit was good. They said, well, all the people got to leave. Oh, that's really good. But this is the application that too. Yeah, he was also worried about something that he didn't have how much he was scared. He did
Then there's the most specific incident that takes place at a deli in Sunset Strip in Los Angeles. It's called Green Black Deli. What made it
he told me reading that.
Maybe I should just go by Peter now?
Peter Davidson.
Nah, sounds like I'm going to try and sell you an extended warranty.
Petey.
No dog on Petey.
Little P or Big P?
Oh, what about Little P?
You want to go by PP?
You know what? I think I'm just going to stick with Pete.
Pete.
Get off the phone! That's very deep. I'll take this one. That's really good. What did you do? Yeah. Okay. And you have the freedom to play anywhere. The WWE, you have them everywhere. Play now.
He made the rep. Yeah, that's good.
No.
You know, nothing.
Here we go, round one. Scheduled for 12. And Tyson comes right out.
Says that when Las Vegas happens and they're all out there and his nephew gets assaulted by Tupac, they're like, this is the perfect occasion.
He was eating, and Miami came to...
Make sure you're careful out here. This weather.
He's in a hotel, yeah, at the MGM at a restaurant. Two of the people who like it, though. Man, y'all need some help. We got this. It's your perfect opportunity, baby. Yeah,
Because of what happened with
yeah. You know, because we're going, we really made all of this. You know, the chicken farm.
With this guy that reportedly had what they call serious partners. Difficult thing to find. Gifts and driven to Las Vegas.
Other locations.
Oh, you went the wrong way. You serious?
I failed. I didn't know he does something. I can't really go on shoot again. I thought he was dead. I thought he was dead.
If you knew who killed Tupac, would you tell the police? Absolutely not.
I'm going to park the car. Put the gun on the bar.
Just hoping that later to see what kind of progress Davis would make with PBD's cooperation. Nothing really happens. Shot and killed in 1998. Still PPD is
Yes, sir.
What goes up must come down. What goes down must come up.
You didn't see that coming.
I remember when we were working in the studio on a song called
Fuck that bitch!
The song comes on and Puff is talking in the beginning.
1999.
Yeah.
That must be the bridge.
I'm like, what is he talking about?
Fuck with me, I dropped $1 million on you.
Huh?
Damn. Start making your niggas disappear.
Everything that's done in the dark must come to light. Everything that goes up must come down.
Yeah, I'm headed to 113th and Lennox, kid. I gotta catch my man up in here. I'll see you up here. Yeah, we roll.
Welcome to the World Championships of Try Not to React.
First to 50 wins.
So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
Boys, okay, sorry.
And now they are truly free.
Try not to fumble. And be clear.
What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made.
Now it's your turn.
It's better than they deserve. We should go back. Cold.
No, we got the ground to sit down. Found some bitch laid out in the field, and
I'm making dinner plans for you tonight. Because you can get half off Domino's pizzas when you order online right now. Oh, and it seems like I've figured out your dinner plans for the next few nights too. Oh, don't thank me.
Why do it all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield those
Finishing touches on Biggie's Life After Death album, which wasn't titled that yet.
Yo.
Big, wake up, baby.
Diddy, what the fuck, man? What's up?
Come on, now. It's 5:45. We got the 7:30 flight on the LAX.
Oh. Charlie?
Go down, baby.
What in the
Wait,
world is
pussy.
going on?
Did not come to LA. There were warnings all along for the last few months that we had not set foot on the West Coast. It was award show season, and Sean wanted him to start promoting the album. Biggie did not want to go, but Sean talked him into doing all of those things. They were like catcalling and booing.
Best off staying where we are for now, I reckon. Try not to move.
What's up, boy? We were not welcome.
Of course, now. And what?
After the award show, Saturday morning.
There's a good lad.
Biggie and I were to go
Where
to
can I
London,
find these
and we were gonna have a
chocobos?
2-3
I saw
day
him cut
press
across the
junket
way over
and have
yonder.
Biggie be one of the
Rotten
first
scoundrels
artists
were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead
I
end,
worked
that
on
is.
that for months and
You
weeks leading
save
up
White Heart and her flock, you hear me?
to the airport.
There ain't a
You want to see me
pluckier
before work?
bird in
I'm
all the
calling Biggie
world.
like crazy.
She's
What's
a
going on?
hero
Wake
to
up.
us
He's
locals.
like, yo,
And don't worry,
bugging. He just called me and
know
told
her
me
when you see
I
her.
want to stay here in LA. I don't want to stay. I want to go. But Sean was adamant. Cancel the flight. Biggie's not going to the UK. What do you mean he's not going to quit? He hangs up.
Sorry for asking late.
This was his MO. Ego, power, power tripping, all of it because Sean wanted to do a party on enemy turf.
Unless you don't care about being late, lol.
That's how real it is. I think somebody's trying to kill me. I'll be waking up paranoid. I'll be really scared. Just be paranoid.
That night, Big and Puffy was with us.
White Hart. That's quite a name for a chocobo.
They were having a party.
Just joking.
Oh.
Just joking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Guys in LA, man, they get down in these circumstances, man, and you just can't be fucking around here freely. Everybody's mean. I look around and say, where's Big?
Yeah, we need an ambulance on Fairfax and Wilshire. Please, Los Angeles.
White feather.
We have a shot.
Okay, hold on.
Looks like they went that way.
Hold on. Listen, sir, I can't hear what you're saying. We're man shot in our car right now. Right now, we're trying to run to the hospital.
Get him! This one.
Sean said, no, can't stop, don't stop. Biggie wanted to go. Sean wanted that trip. He was pushing it for weeks.
Our grand crew takes pain away.
That's a weak spot for him. He ushered Biggie to his death.
You're messing with lives here, and that's exactly what happened. Two lives were lost without blood. Stupidity?
And that's like we briefly brought up Sean's song. It was proof.
Oh shit.
Respect and appreciation for him. Sean really didn't do all the things that he done in the investigation. In fact, he did it to public. Kind of stonewalling. Because you know, if you make inroads like this, you're going to make inroads on two parts, and that potentially can lead them to him.
Strong to me and helping the whole year.
Assume the position of his best friend in every article of publication. Was it necessary?
You want to be there for them just like you would be there for them.
Song said that the biggest hero New York has ever seen. Stop that together, stop that. The biggest one. Charge to Biggie and them.
This is one of my closest friends, and it's still one of my closest friends. I just feel his loss, just miss him so much.
These chocobos aren't going down without a fight.
Doing a big show looks good on him. But he's not going to tell the world that Biggie was going to pay for it.
They're in trouble.
In Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, the whole hood was outside.
You got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
So it was like losing a family.
Huh?
Look at
Nigga can't cruise that straightaways.
And Sean called his solo. Biggie was negotiating his contract and gave him everything he wanted.
This
all the stories like this, all about. Convicted of gun possession and bribery charges, Sean Puffy Combs walked out of 3 men.
Yeah, my nurse comes every day.
The first member is Aubrey.
It's a pattern with him. Violence was a very normalized part of living in that world.
Allegations of sexual misconduct. Puffy called these encounters free calls.
Witnessed Diddy abusing Cassie and that they encouraged Cassie to get away from him.
Everything in life, you're going to have people that are bad and people that are good.
You know her, boy.
You know, you have to choose your side.
That's... You couldn't be. Ambrosia. It is you. And you found yourself a flock.
Well, Bert? What? Oh, no. What is it, girl? She wants her Mac.
Years, you invited us into your house. Now, come to ours.
Is that it? Well, oh.
Before we get into that, let's do some. Before we get into that, let's do some mystery.
Doesn't she cut an handsome fit? She does.
This new 50 documentary is fab. But before I get into that, let me show you something. The 29th of August 2011,
Take care of your alcohol.
the LAPD pulled over this Back to the Future DeLorean near Hollywood Boulevard. The reason for it being pulled over was because it was driving erratically, so they wanted the driver to perform a sobriety test. The door opened, and I stepped a 6-foot model-looking woman wearing a short gold dress and high heels. Now, if you look closely, you'll notice another woman in a red dress darkened to the right side of the screen. That's Claudia Jordan from Real Housewives of Atlanta, passenger in the car at the time. Clearly nobody's taking any of this seriously. The cops are laughing, as were the women, even when the driver was eventually arrested and booked for a DUI. It's kind of hard to make out exactly who she is in this movie. But if you go watch Neo's Miss Independent music video, there's a scene when he walks into an office and is greeted by this lady. That's the same woman who was arrested in the DeLorean. Immediately after she greets Neo, he walks past another 2 women who also say hello. And play that game. You might see a face of it's familiar. She looked familiar. It's 50 Cent's baby mother, Daphne Jordan. And you're probably thinking, okay, cool. What does any of this have to do with the Diddy situation? Get to it. First, let me show you this last photograph. It's a fresh-faced 18-year-old person. Just arrived in New York. Standing next to her is a slightly older lady. Probably can't recognize with the shades on. It's the same woman who was arrested driving the DeLorean. She's also the same woman whose name is a splat with significance when they take off. This trail's deeper than Diddy. 50 Cent knows it. I'll come back to this mysterious one. Over the course of 4 hours, Netflix docuseries Awakening pins Sean Diddy Combs as a nerdy kid raised by an abusive mother in an unstable home void of a father that was murdered years earlier. This piece sets out to lay out every single negative rumor you've ever heard about Diddy. 35 years he's been in the music industry. The documentary blames the entire East Coast West Coast beef, and even goes so far as to paint Suge Knight as a calm, gentle, protective businessman who just wanted to do his job and had to deal with the annoying nerd who now had money wanting to play gangster. I'm serious, I'm not joking. According to the documentary, the East Coast West Coast beef started out Diddy's jealousy of Tupac and Biggie's relationship. But the problem they have is some of us were around during this time, so we catch some of their clever edits and attempts to gloss over facts that can't be erased. Across the 4 episodes, they interview over 20 people, including the usual suspects like Albie Shaw, Aubrey O'Day, and Lil Rod, and even one of my childhood favourite producers, Eric Sermon. I don't know how much they paid Eric to be involved. His only real contribution was to say that Diddy was a nerd and dated one of his ex-girlfriends, Lisa Hilton. Now let's keep going. This doc really has 50's fingerprints all over it. Half of what is explored has at one point been insinuated by 50 in one of his songs. I won't even bother to go through every accusation, because I promise you've heard them all before. I guess the big reveal in this whole project is that they managed to get a hold of the footage Diddy was filming for his own Netflix documentary. The simple way 50 managed to get a hold of this footage is because after Diddy was arrested, the cameraman decided to hold it to ransom and demanded an extortionate amount for the film. But regardless, what does it really show?
Diddy panicking and discussing a possible life sentence with his lawyers, taking one possible last walk around the area where he grew up and built his empire. He even talks about seeing the rubble of the demolished building for his Bad Boy Records HQ.
Where's Gav?
As you may have seen from the previous and release clips, he tried to paint the narrative that Diddy really didn't like the people who supported him. It's all fake. They make a point of highlighting the part where he says he needs to sanitize his hands.
Well, don't
shout
just
out to
stand
greet
there
over 100 people.
gawping.
Come on, that's just plain childish. To add more fuel to the fire, they even have Roger Bonds, his former security guard, say in episode 3 that he believed Diddy felt uncomfortable around black people.
Cannot find a better price
Tell me
than
this
that.
isn't a personal hit by 50 Cent. Then comes the part everyone was waiting for.
What do you say when a Jewish boy is kicked on a New York City sidewalk? What do you say when a Holocaust survivor is firebombed on the streets of Colorado? What do you say when 1 in 3 Jewish Americans were victims of hate?
Cassie. Her story begins in episode 3.
So eat a dick.
Cassie's which isn't a surprise, as 50 alluded to in his interview with Robert Roberts.
I believe Cassie's a victim of all this.
Tom he has, though, is this documentary was released some 5 months after the end of the trial. So we've all seen the evidence of what role Cassie played in this whole thing. Now, one person who was interviewed that totally surprised me was a guy named Clayton Howard. If you remember, he was the ex-worker who came out and said Diddy was a victim.
I'm not much bothered either.
In fact, it was Cassie who was the aggressor.
Cassie got on the stand trying to destroy Diddy. She should have took her $20-30 million and walked into the sunset. If he was going to go to prison, she should have went to prison too.
This story has now done a complete 180. He's now pointing the finger at Diddy. The latter part of the series are littered with other people that were completely destroyed and previously liars during the trial.
Think it's alright to touch him?
Yet the documentary presents him. We didn't just witness them get called out on the stand.
What do you want?
Of course, Little Rod is given almost a whole episode to tell his story. The story so ridiculous the government didn't even bother to include in the trial against Diddy. But there's one big glaring omission that's
I do say so myself.
The criminal trial against Diddy was centered around 2 alleged victims, Cassie and Victim 2. Victim 2, as we all know by now, was basically confirmed by 50 Cent himself.
That should do you.
Was his baby mother, Daphne Joy.
Anything else?
In this documentary, there's absolutely no mention of her. Nobody even said the words victim 2. And look, I get it. She's still the mother of his child. Most importantly, mentioning her would act as a symbol of the hypocritical nature of this whole documentary. If you remember during the trial, Daphne Joy said that Diddy had physically assaulted her during their relationship, to the point she had to run and lock herself away in the bathroom. Or people forget that she told the exact same story in June of 2013. Except the person she ran and locked herself away from was the father of her child.
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
He was subsequently charged with 1 count of domestic violence and 4 counts of vandalism, totaling 7,100 in damages.
Now sit down.
He eventually pled no contest and was given 3 years probation, fines, and counseling.
Do you think that hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
You remember
Look,
how
if I
quick
didn't
the
say
Empire
anything,
was
if you
to
would
occupy the Dominion after the fall of
interpret it
Drake's
as
head?
the hip-hop is fine with his behavior.
And how pissed off all the other
So during the
nations
trial,
were that
Victim
they
2,
didn't think to do
Daphne
it
Joy,
first.
also paint the picture of her being forced and
Half a
coerced by
century of
Diddy to
independence
engage in
gone with the
violence
whim of a
and
madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Brings us nicely
Clearly,
back to
the
woman I
promise of
mentioned
unblighted
before.
land and the
One
world's
arrested by
supply
the
of
police and
crystals
back
was
to
too much for his
Fugitive
radiance to resist.
Her name is Susan Vieros.
And now the
Brazilian
Republic's
woman who
finally
appeared in
decided to
countless
follow
music
suit,
videos,
using
including
liberation
Years
as an
Miss
excuse
Independent,
to declare
Wall to Wall
war
by
on
Chris Brown.
Sambrek.
A
Lined
man
up
who,
right
according to the
outside the
Who Dates Who
Dominion's gate
website,
as we speak,
she was
looking to
previously
starve the
romantically involved
Imperials
with.
into
Now,
submission.
if you search the name Daphne Joy on the same
now
website,
all
you
eyes
see
are
the
on
5
the
men
Strait
she's
of
been
Author.
connected with romantically. There's,
Well, the
of
two
course,
nations
Diddy,
beat their
50
shields.
Cent,
They
Jason
rush sharp in
Derulo,
their daggers,
Tyrese Gibson,
ready to set upon the war-weary
randomly this
victor.
84-year-old man, Peter Nygaard, a billionaire fashion
You'll
mogul
never
who
see
was
us
arrested
coming.
and sentenced to 11 years in prison for ferrying boatmen from women across to his private residence
It's
in the
time we
Bahamas.
moved on the mother crystals.
Jeffrey Epstein-style parties. Guess who played the role of his Ghislaine Maxwell? Daphne Joy's best friend, Sue Lin. It's actually a really interesting
Four mother
four-part
crystals remain in
docuseries of
storm
Paramount
and
Plus
ash.
about the escapades
Drake's
of Peter
breath near
Nygaard.
Iron Home.
And ironically, the last episode
Drake's
is
fang
titled
in Dalmekia.
Incidentally, the
Drake's
same style
spine
of 50 Cent's
will
beats
elude,
from Diddy.
and Drake's tail
Now let me make
here
something
in the
clear.
crystalline
I don't
dominion.
believe Diddy's innocent of everything, any more so than I think Cassie or
bulk of the
Daphne Joy are.
Republican army
Many who haven't
marching
studied
to
the facts like to
Twinside,
paint the two women as
Drake's
innocent young girls who
van
fell
will be
into the
left
arms of this evil
exposed.
man who turned them out and introduced them to a world
That
they'd
is
never
exactly the
experienced
move
before.
Kuko would anticipate.
However, the trial against
If
Diddy
there is
proved that
anything
Cassie
these
was the
past 5
person
years
who
have
actually
taught us,
introduced Diddy to a lot of the
is that he loves his traps.
As for Daphne Joy, by the time she met Diddy, she'd already been through the Peter
There
Nightguard
is one
phase.
place,
It was
however,
known around those circles
where
as
nobody
someone
will be
who
expecting
indulged
us
in
to
that
go.
lifestyle. If you remember, there was a
Drake's
moment in the
breath.
trial when Kanye West walked into the courthouse.
There's a shitload of
Stayed
sea
fine
between
10
us and
minutes.
it, and I've
Well,
never been
the
much
day
of a
before,
swimmer.
I have an
it's proven that
acquaintance
Daphne
in Port
Joy
Isolde
had
who may be
attended
able
an
to
event
help.
where a famous rapper and
Who's
his
that
wife
then?
had approached her about helping them get
My uncle.
ex-workers.
Byron Rosfield.
The famous rapper was obviously Kanye
Lord
West.
Byron
and his
Rosfield of the
attendance
7
to
high
court
houses, the
was
trade
intended
magnate
to
with
show the
holdings
government
in
that he
over
would
100
testify to
cities.
this if required. Well,
Wait.
they never did call on him.
Rosfield.
The evidence was irrefutable.
And you're a Rosfield, of
When
course.
you step back and look at this whole thing, Percy's
My
still
uncle's
stunned
name
that
gave him
50
his
Cent would
start in
go
the
to
world,
this
but it
length.
was his acumen which earned him
So
his
stunned
fortune.
that I mapped out every single beef
Along with a
back and
handsome
forth
fleet of
50
ships.
Cent Diddy ever had. The data shows that 75% of the time 50 Cent was his wrestler. The main standout moments were when 50 tried to sign Mason G Unit and Diddy demanded $2 million. Diddy standing by Rick Ross during his beef with 50, and of course Diddy dating 50's baby mother, Daphne Joy. Now, I have my own personal belief of which one of these three was a catalyst to this project. The crazy part is, Diddy was still involved with Daphne Joy, right up until the moment he was arrested. And the reason why Diddy actually paid for legal fees, even though she was testifying against him during the trial, was because originally she was supposed to testify on his behalf. At the last minute she switched and turned state's witness. Maybe they had enough evidence to prove that she played a larger role than simply that of a victim.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
Think it's all right to touch him?
Long now, Martel. Sid, I am.
Is everything all
Oh,
right?
you.
It'll be nice.
Oh, sure. You hear that, Martel?
Did you come through the forge today? It smells like a still. It would explain Blackson's foul mood. And you say Sid built this place?
So Mather's all right. Martel.
Weren't she?
Blimey. Please take me back. That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards. The curse...
They like...
It's not the
Yeah, show me some love. Yeah, show me some love. And then they get the grand crew to family. You know, telling Buddy you would test the birdie. Test the birdie.